Hi, you're on the Bible Forum. I want to talk to you about our brave new world. The School of Education at the State University of New York, Geneseo, believes that state law prevents teachers from publicly acknowledging the biological reality of sex. They mean gender. It has indefinitely suspended a student from completing required coursework until he takes down his Instagram videos, particularly one that says a man is a man and a woman is a woman, until he tones down his social media presence and submits to what he calls re-education training. This according to the Daily Wire. I'm glad they added the re-education training, for that is exactly what this is all about. What difference does it make when what a student says or does outside of school, assuming it's not unlawful or endangering the well-being of others? It's a belief. It's not a gun. He doesn't represent the school's leadership nor the school's purpose. He's a student, a young man with a head full of mush, as Limbaugh used to say. He doesn't know anything about life, not yet. But boy, aren't these liberals touchy. Or are they afraid their argument won't stand up against the facts? And as such, they have to go around and shut down anything that opposes their views. Isn't that the time-honored way of bullies? People who want to dominate? They don't have to come up with a better idea. They just have to shut your idea down. Today in America, there's an increased restriction on free speech and religious freedom. And although both are very important in a free society, it's that last one that's most concerning. Our religious freedoms are increasingly restricted, and Christians are being penalized more and more. Whether it's Nazism, Marxism, secularism, the state is always in conflict with religious freedom. It's a truism that the more powerful a government becomes, the more secularized it becomes. The more secularized it becomes, the more oppressive it becomes. Those who stand in opposition to its secular monopoly will face penalties, perhaps be fired, denied commerce, or be censored by the growing cultural statism and its increased authority. For the state to retain its increasing power, the populace must submit. Hence, the New Society. The New Society is a secular, humanistic, politically correct, semi-Marxist, morally relative culture with the following characteristics. 1. There is no absolute and ultimate God who is the source of right and wrong. Therefore, they answer to no one. Number 2, Christianity promotes oppression, bigotry, and intolerance. It must be resisted, even controlled. Number 3, morality evolves with the increasingly secularized society's needs and desires. Moral absolutes are non-existent, except those promoting LGBTQ. Number 4, LGBTQ rights are above the right of the free expression of a person's religious convictions, even though they are guaranteed in the Constitution. Number 5, abortion rights must be preserved. Dissenters are ridiculed and mocked as oppressors of women. Number 6, you have the right not to be offended. If you are, you have the right to silence the offenders, especially when it comes to their offensive, conservative speech. Number 7, politically correct speech is automatically superior to conservative speech. Number 8, victims are everywhere in the homosexual community. Blacks, minorities, illegal aliens, women, etc. And the oppressors are those in the status quo. Number 9, the weaponization of racism is used to shame white people, stop oppression, and silence the majority. Number 10, white people are automatically guilty of racism and continue to benefit from white supremacy. Number 11, the media cultivates division, hatred, and resentment to gain ratings, push their leftist agenda, and further condition people to accept socialism. Number 12, big tech and the mainstream media censor conservatives but allow left-spun misinformation to flourish. Number 13, doublespeak frames acceptable thinking and dialogue. Tolerance is really suppressed speech. Equality is discrimination against conservatives. Freedom is submission to the increasing control of the government. Number 14, free market capitalism has led to the unequal distribution of wealth and power that has resulted in the oppression of the lower classes. Number 15, socialism is the solution to our current problem since, they say, it promotes the equal distribution of resources and opportunity for all. Number 16, socialist propaganda is woven into schools, TV, and the media to shape the youth's thought to accept more big government and reject constitutional principles. Number 17, guns lead to violence. Therefore, access to them must be restricted and controlled, if not completely denied. Write it down, put it away, watch how it all comes true.